Today we are dealing with punctuation again. So it has been a long, big chapter for us. In the part 1, we discussed the punctuation, that is end punctuation, which generally marked at the end of the sentences. Okay. Later in part 2, we discussed the internal punctuation, that is punctuation marks used in between the sentence, within the sentences. Okay. Now the third part here is the word punctuation. Okay. Words are punctuated. When words are punctuated, they connote a different meaning. So in this class, we will see how words are punctuated. So now look at the punctuation marks. The first is word punctuation. The first is apostrophe, then hyphen, and the third is, it is not a mark, but it is the use of capital letters that you may need to know. So apostrophe, the symbol of apostrophe is given in brackets. The symbol of hyphen is given in brackets. For capital letters, we use the letter, the first letter of the word in capital. Okay. Now we will look at each of these marks in detail, how they are used. Okay. First is apostrophe. When do we use apostrophe? It is used to indicate possession. Possession is belonging, to belong. Okay, if somebody belongs, has something, then we call it is possessing, acquiring, having. Okay. So here the first example, Nitya's dress. Nitya is a person and she has a dress, or the dress belongs to Nitya. So instead of writing the dress belongs to Nitya, the dress is of Nitya's. Okay. Instead of writing all this, we just, in short, we will write Nitya's dress. Okay. And in the brackets I have given a word like singular. Nitya is singular. With singulars we use apostrophe and we'll put a S. S is added. Her name is Nitya, and to say that it is a possession, before the S we put an apostrophe in singulars. Or the other thing is, generally if the words end in S, if the words are ending in S sound, we won't use apostrophe S again. It is just apostrophe. Now come to next one. It is girls' college. Here, girls' college. The college belongs to many girls. Okay, plural. It is many girls. And the college does not belong to a single girl. Okay, now look at, let us take the example of intermediate. Now, girls' college. The college belongs to a group of girls. In the same way, girls' school. So, it indicates plural. When we use plural and it is sounding as S, girls, already S sound is there. The word is ending with S sound. So no need of putting again s like this. Let us girls like this. Okay, so instead of putting another s sound, we just simply write apostrophe in the end. So girls college, clouds apostrophe. Yeah, that means the meeting belonging to the clouds meeting. Okay, these are some examples of using apostrophe. Neighbors children, neighbors. Neighbors means two, two, three, whatever it is. It's a plural one. Neighbor, Neighbour apostrophe is neighbors children. So generally we won't use like that. Neighbours apostrophe. That means neighbors means maybe probably more than one. So that's why it is we put apostrophe in the end. So again, apostrophe is used for the word contractions. I am. Instead of writing I am, I am, we use I apostrophe am. It is a short form. Okay, contracted version of I am. Similarly, do not. Instead of writing do not all the time, mostly we write don't. D-O-N apostrophe T. Will not. We write won't. W-O-N apostrophe T. Won't. Shall not. Shan't. S-H-A-N apostrophe T. Aren't. A-R-E-N apostrophe T. So these are some examples. You can make some more examples with the helping verbs like hasn't. I have not given here. H-A-S-N apostrophe T. Hasn't, isn't, weren't, wasn't. Okay, all the helping verbs. Wasn't and hadn't, like this. And also can't. C-A-N-N-O-T. Cannot can be written as can't. I think you have studied this in the question tags. You remember how do you add a question tag? Okay, so if you remember the question tags, now you will remember all the short forms used. Okay, now let us see the magic of the apostrophe here. The first sentence is it's good. The second is its head is still. The third is it's got 6 legs. These are the 3 sentences given. In the first sentence, we are using an apostrophe. Here, apostrophe means it is good. Instead of writing is, we have contracted it and we are writing it is good. Its head is still. Okay, the head of something is still. It means this. And the third is it's got 6 legs. So it has got 6 legs. Now you may have got a question that the first sentence and third sentence, the contracted form is it's. Okay, the same contracted form, but yet when you are writing it, in the first case you have written it is, and in the third sentence you have written it has. What is the difference? So it is only the knowledge of the use of helping verbs. In the first case, it can't be it has good. Never such a sentence is used in English. So it is it is. In the third case, we have a helping verb called got. Okay. Helping verb called got. So that's why it is it has got. We can't say it is got 6 legs. So here the knowledge of helping verbs, use of helping verbs, and if you want to speak very particularly, it is the knowledge of the tenses that helps you to understand these two sentences, the first and the third one. Where to use has, where to use is. Okay, so if you it is understood that got is perfect, okay, present perfect tense, and we have used has got. Okay, it's a past participle. The sentence is in present perfect tense, so that's why it is understood as has got, and there it is. So this is something about your helping verbs. Helping verbs and uses of its, how you are using its. Now look at hyphen. It is used in compound words. Father-in-law, coal mining, co-education, ex-president, up-to-date, preschool, semi-skilled worker, non-scientific. Father-in-law. See, this is a compound word. Father is a separate word, in is a separate word, and law is a separate word. They are all different in meaning. But when you combine this with the hyphen, father-in-law, as I have written on the slide, it gives some different meaning to you. Okay, it shows a relation. Father-in-law is a relation we have. The same is coal mining. Coal mining is a process. It's a total process. What is being mined here? Coal. Coal mining. And co-education. Co is a prefix here. So co-education. Then ex-president. Up to date. This is we use this in our daily life. Up to date. Preschool. Okay, this is a prefix here. Semi-skilled workers and non-scientific. In such words where prefixes are added to give a clear meaning, not for all the prefixes, but for some prefixes where the meaning is to be very clear and to avoid confusion. Okay, to avoid confusion, we use the hyphen. And in compound words like father-in-law, up to date, coal mining, it is very much compulsory to give the meaning. I will give you example of a walking stick. Walking stick means think one for 1 second. What is walking stick? When you say the children, when you speak about children, walking children, that means the children who are walking. Okay, right? Same way, if you bring the same thing here, similarly, walking stick means a stick that is walking. Okay, this happens. If you put a hyphen, walking stick, a hyphen in between, it means a stick used for walking. If the hyphen is not used, it means the stick is walking, and if a hyphen is put, it means a stick used for walking. So this is the difference when you use a hyphen. In writing compound numbers from 21 to 99. So these are all called 21, 74, 73, 31, 32. All if you write in writing, then we use a hyphen. Now look at the third one. In compound words formed from fraction. In compound words formed from fraction. See, when you write fractions, generally we write fractions in numerical forms. But instead of writing in numerical forms, if we write them in words, like 1/3, 1 by 3 can be written as 1/3. Okay, 1/3, 2/5, 1/4, 3/6. Okay, or 3/7. In this way, if you are writing it in the form of words, then we need to use a hyphen in between. Between two numbers to include range or inclusion. See the rules 1 to 6. So you need to look at the rules 1 to 6. Print page 3 to 8. So this we come across when you open a printer and you click for the print option. Then how many pages to be printed? All or print page. So if we want some pages, then we put 3 to 6, 3 to 2, 3 to 4 this way. So it shows the range. Here is another example. This book is the history of India. 1857-1947. That means the history from 1857 to 1947. Okay, so here it denotes from and to, from 1857 to 1947. So in this way we are using hyphen. Now this is another important use. After a single letter joined to a noun or a participle. In Y junction, the single letter is Y. In U-turn, the single letter is U and the other one is T. So in these cases, when they are joined by junction, when they are joined with some other word, junction, here we are using junction. Okay, so this is a word. When it is to be joined with a single letter, then we use a hyphen. In the same way, U-turn. Okay, junction and turn are nouns. When you use a participle, shaped, okay, T-shaped. Shaped is a participle. Shaped, okay. So with such words, with nouns or participles, we use hyphen. Now let's look at the use of capital letters. So a capital letter is used at the beginning of a sentence and also in the beginning of the sentence in quotations. The first is, she is preparing for a test. At the beginning of the sentence, the beginning word of the sentence is she. So first letter of the word she is S, and that S is to be written in capital. Okay, not for this, any sentence. When you begin any sentence, you need to write the first letter of that word in capital. Now look at the second example. He said, I am fine. So what he said, I am fine. I am fine is written in quotations because this is a direct speech. So the sentence begins with I. I am fine is the sentence in quotations, and the sentence begins with I. So I is written in capital. Okay? Or let us take another example. He said, she is busy. He said, what he said, she is busy. She is busy may be written in quotation marks. So she is the beginning of that sentence, beginning word of that sentence, and that she, the first letter of the she is S, and thus S is to be written in capital. The second important use is at the beginning of every line of a poem. When poems are written, for every verse or every line of the poem, the first letter is capital. For every verse, the first letter of the poem is capital. Now let us look at the example. There is something indeed in the earth of my garden. Okay, the first is there. There here, the first letter is T. So T is written capital. Is this the earth magical? Okay, so the first word is and the first letter is I. So I we are writing in capital. The earth knows how to do magic. The first word is T for this verse is the, and the first letter is T. Okay, in the same way, if I sow a guava seed, it gives me guavas. The first word is if, and the first letter is I. That's why we are writing I in capital. So for every line of the poem, the first letter should be written in capital. Now look at something more. With proper nouns and personal pronoun. When you use proper nouns, what are proper nouns? The name of a person, place, thing. Okay, those are proper nouns. So here we have taken the example of Red Fort. Okay, so R is capital and F is capital. Bhagat Singh, it's a name of a person. B and S is written in capital. Mount Everest, this is the name of a mountain and it's a proper noun. Instead of saying mountain, we are naming it with Mount Everest. So this is a proper noun. So M is capital and E is capital. I am happy. So in this, I is a pronoun. It's a personal pronoun. And in not only at the beginning of the sentence, wherever I comes, you should use it in capital. Okay? In between the sentence also, if I comes, you should use it as a capital. With proper adjectives derived from proper nouns. See, Indian festivals. festivals is the noun. What kind of festivals? Indian festivals. Indian is the adjective here because it is showing what kind of festivals are those. Indian, it is derived from the proper noun India. Okay, that's why Indian is always written in capital. In the same way, Japanese. Japan is the proper noun and here the adjective derived is Japanese. Japanese dolls. So that's why it is written in capital. So try to remember this. Now let's look at another part. With the first letter of a day, month, festival, special occasion, religion, class, holy book, or any literary work, we use capitals. So let's take one by one. Day. So generally there are 7 days in a week, Monday to Sunday, okay, or Sunday to Saturday, whatever you call. So all these Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday, the first letter of these words should be written in capital. The first example is Monday, we have taken, M is written in capital here. In the same way, for all the months, from January to December, for all the months, wherever they come, we need to put the first letter in capital. For festivals, Holi, here Holi I have written Holi, Ramzan, Diwali, Dasra, whatever the festival is, you need to use the first letter in capital. Then for special occasions like Gandhi Jayanti, Republic Day, Independence Day, okay, for such occasions also the first letter is capitalized. Religions, Hindu, Muslim, Christian, okay, for those Sikh, there we use a capital letter for that. Now this needs some explanation. Class or group. The Tatas. Tatas is a group of people of the Tata. Okay, Tata family we can say, okay. So it's a group of people. So that's why T is capital, Tatas. Now holy books, the Ramayana, the Mahabharata, the Quran, the Bible. So all these books should be in capital. Gitanjali, it's a literary work by Rabindranath Tagore. So we are writing it in capital G. Now Malgudi Days, it's also a literary work by R.K. Narayan. So we are writing them in capital. When you are writing the literary works, whenever if a preposition comes, avoid that preposition writing in capital and rest all in capitals. Now next, with high ranking officials, the Prime Minister, the Queen of England, the Chief Justice of India. It is a Prime Minister is one of the high rank in our country. So Prime Minister, we are writing P capital and M capital. The Queen of England, so Queen and England, E is capital. The Chief Justice of India, C is capital, J is capital and I is capital. with the first letter of God, Lord, or Almighty, and pronouns that refer to them. Here it's a small error. Make it Lord, L capital there. Okay, L capital Lord. So whenever you write God, Lord, Almighty, you need to use them in capital. Let's take the example. Pray the God. Okay, so God we are writing in capital G. Look at the next part. And pronouns that refers to them. Since he is the pronoun that refers to God. So whenever it comes in between the sentence also, you need to use a capital H. Okay. With historical events. All the historical events, like the First World War. It's a historical event. So first F is capital, W is capital, and W is capital. In the same way, the revolt of 1857, it is also a great historical event that turned the history of India, we can say. So that's why revolt or capital, and 1857. Okay, that's all. The Battle of Plassey. This is also one great historical event of our Indian history. So battle B capital and B capital. Now the next one. With political parties, institutions, abbreviations of such names. With any political party. Here I have given the example of Communist Party, but any political party like the BJP, the Congress, when you are writing it in full, the TRS, when you are writing them in full, so always write them in the first letter of every word in capital. Okay, so that's why your Communist Party, C and P. For the names of institutions, the College of Economics. So college C is capital and economics is capital. Any institution. Okay, maybe our institution. Then abbreviations. When you are writing the abbreviations for something, you need to write in capital. United Nations Organization, UNESCO, WHO. Not only this, any abbreviations like MBBS, LLB. So there we use capital letters. Now, punctuate the following with word punctuation marks. So till now you have learned how to use punctuation marks, word punctuation marks. Now here I have given 5 questions on the slide. First, copy them in your notebook. You take some time. I will wait for you. You copy them and try to punctuate them. Okay, now let us look at another slide. Here are also some more questions for you. You copy them and do the punctuation. So now look at the answers. The first is, this is my cousin's car. There, the T in capital was missing in the question, and cousins. So here we need to show the possession. So we are making it cousins apostrophe. Yes. In the second one, Gandhiji led the non-violent movement. Okay. So the G was not capitalized in the question. Okay, it's a name of a person, proper noun. So we are using G as capital. Then non-violent. In the explanation, we got a word like non-scientific with the words like non. Okay, non-violent, non-scientific, non-fiction. We use hyphen. There are 46 boys in the class. So there, the first letter T is not capital, so we made it here capital. Then 46 is compound numbers. Okay, so for 46 we need to put a hyphen. We have semi-skilled workers. We, the first letter was not capitalized in the question, so we have made it a capital. Then come to next one, that is semi-skilled. Already we studied the example. Okay, semi, I told you it's a prefix, so some prefixes need to be, when you add some prefixes to the words, then to have a clear meaning we need to have a hyphen. So here semi-skilled, we need to put a hyphen. I have an Xmas tree. I, there I think I didn't use the capital in the question, so here we are using I as capital. Then Xmas. Xmas, when single lettered words are joined, okay, with some other word, there needs to be an hyphen in between the words. So that's why X hyphen mas tree. Xmas tree. Now look at the answers for other 6. These are my father-in-law's clothes. These, generally the sentence begins with the word these, so T should be written, the first letter of this word is T, so T is capital. Then come to the next one, that is father-in-law's clothes. Father-in-law, it is to be written in hyphen. Okay, I already gave the explanation. Here you don't have several number of father-in-laws here. You want to say that your father-in-law, you have one father-in-law and his clothes. So apostrophe, yes, father-in-law's clothes. It shows belongingness, or it shows the possession, that your father-in-law possesses these clothes. Now next example. He wore a blue t-shirt. He. So the first letter of the sentence is H, and H is written in capital here. Wore a blue t-shirt. I already told you, when a single letter is joined with a noun or a participle, we use hyphen in between. T-shirt. T is the single letter here. It's joined with some word like shirt. So that's why an hyphen. Sarojini Naidu wrote the poem Bangle Sellers. Okay. Sarojini Naidu. It's a name of a person. Okay. First Sarojini. So the sentence is beginning with the letter S. So that way also it is capital. But Naidu, it's a name of a person. Sarojini Naidu. So that's why Naidu is also N capital in Naidu. Wrote the poem Bangle Sellers. When you write the literary works, they are to be, the first letter of those works should be written in capital. Here Bangle Sellers is the literary work by Sarojini Naidu. So B capital and S is also written in capital. She said light travels faster than sound. So the sentence begins with the letter S. Okay, so S we have written in capital. Then in the quotation marks, the sentence should be written with capital letter. Okay, whatever the letter begins, whatever the first letter of that sentence is there, you write it with capital. So light is the first word in this sentence in the quotation marks. Only look at the quotation marks. So L is written in capital. 2/3 of the glass is filled with water. 2/3 is a compound word formed from fraction. Okay. So for such words, hyphen is used. That's why we are using 2-thirds. It's okay. 2/3 of the glass is filled with water. And the first letter of the sentence is T. So that's why T is written in capital. So in this class, I think you have understood very well the importance of word punctuation. Okay, with this we will end the class here, and I hope you have understood very well. Thank you.